Hi Gemini, welcome to my channel, Lioness Moon Intuitive Tarot. My name is Sarah. Thank you for being here. Today we're going to pull out a Celtic cross spread for you for the week of April 6th to the 12th, 2025. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so take only what resonates and leave out what does not. If you are interested in having a personal reading done by me, the information on how to obtain that is in the description box below this video. Okay, Gemini, tapping into your energy. Out jumps the Ace of Wands in reverse. We will see if that comes out in the spread. The Ace of Wands in reverse would be not taking action on something. Maybe there's been some sort of inaction or delay. Let's see here. Inaction, delay. I just saw the Ace of Cups in reverse as well. So maybe there's an inaction toward a relationship of some sort. Maybe there's been some sort of withdrawal of affection and love. All right, Gemini, we're going to cut the deck, see what we get for you today. There's that Ace of Cups in reverse that I saw. There is some sort of withdrawal in love, it looks like. Okay. Okay. All right, so your reading today is brought to you by the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands is Saturn in Leo energy. It represents drama, it represents conflict, competition. We will find out exactly how all of this fits into the Five of Wands, and we will revisit this again at the end of the reading, okay? So what I'm seeing here right now, Gemini, is that there has been some sort of withdrawal, perhaps, in with regard to some sort of relationship. Somebody's holding back here. It could be you, it could be somebody who you're connected to. We've got the challenge here is to actually collaborate and work on something together. Okay, maybe work something out. That is the challenge, okay? What we're seeing in the focus is that I'm seeing that there's, with the Seven of Pentacles, that there's been a long period of time that has gone by where it seems like you've potentially been really processing something that has happened in your life. Like you had put in the work towards something and you're trying to see, was it worth it? Was all of this worth my time and effort? And what we do not see is we've got the Page of Swords in reverse. This is the hidden position. The Page of Swords in reverse represents some sort of misinformation, is how I usually read it. It can be, it can actually be gossip. It can be slanderous gossip as well. It doesn't have to be necessarily. It could just be that there's been some sort of misinformation. We'll find out what that's about as we clarify. But what I'm getting here is that you either in the past didn't move in the direction that you maybe should have moved into, or you feel like you moved in a new direction and it didn't take you in the direction you were hoping it would take you into. It wasn't where you wanted to go, okay? And so now for some reason it's like you've withdrawn. Somebody has withdrawn their affection and love. I'm going to read it as you. I'm going to read it as the querent. If you feel though, Gemini, that whatever it is that I'm saying should be applied to another energy in your energy, please feel free to switch that. In the future, I do see that there is it's the King of Cups in reverse to me always represents emotional withdrawal. So I'm seeing a lot of emotional withdrawal from a certain connection. And it does look to me like the challenge here is to collaborate and perhaps work something out with this connection. Okay. So we will find out what this is all about as we clarify. Okay, Spirit, can you tell us more about this Three of Pentacles in Gemini's challenge position? Why is the Three of Pentacles here? We've got the Ace of Wands in reverse. I had seen that earlier when I was shuffling this deck. So there's something to do with there being some sort of inaction here. Or there was some sort of wrong action. What I'm getting here is that whatever this action was didn't produce. That's what I'm getting here, is that there's some sort of focus here on whether you're trying to understand if there's been any return on your investment here. Because what I'm getting here is that there may be, if there's no action here, there may be something to do with whatever it is that you're putting your effort into is not going to produce any abundance or fruit here, is what I'm getting. Oh, we've got the Emperor in the upright here. So I'm getting here, Gemini, that there's some sort of injustice that had taken place here. And whatever this is not completely laid to rest. If you think it is, it's not. And so what I'm getting here is that it has something to do with something about the past, okay? And it does look like there's a potential to not take action towards actually resolving this. But that is your challenge, is to try and potentially resolve something that has been unfair here. This could have something to do with infidelity with the Empress in reverse for some of you. She does represent my infidelity card sometimes. Can we get a little bit more on this, Spirit, for Gemini, the Three of Pentacles? There's something to do with emotions and pretending, something that's been fake. There's been some sort of roller coaster. So you've been dealing with an energy that has been, or maybe there's been something to do with pretending something. There's been a connection that you've been involved with where it's almost like somebody here has been wearing a mask of some sort. And whatever it was that was believed about this person, whether it's somebody who believed it about you or you believed it about this person, has resulted in there being a roller coaster of emotions here. So for some of you, what you've been dealing with is somebody who came into your life potentially looking like they had their stuff, their crap together, and it turned out that they didn't. And this brought about a lot of emotions and waves here. Can we get something on this Two of Wands in reverse? What went on here? Did somebody just not go in a new direction, or did they take a wrong turn? What's going on here? There's the Hierophant and the Knight of Pentacles, the Star, the Death in reverse, the Star in reverse, the Death in reverse, the Three of Wands in reverse, and the Two of Pentacles. So what I'm getting here is that somebody took a wrong turn. Whether this is you or somebody in your energy, somebody took a wrong turn. Now, what I'm seeing here is that maybe something came to an end in order for somebody to feel like they were following some sort of maybe their value system. It does look like whatever it is that somebody did, whatever direction this person, it could be you, could be somebody else, whatever direction this person was led down turned to be a hopeless path, okay? Like whatever this was over the course of time proved to be something that was embarked upon that had no real foresight involved with it. And so somebody now is feeling like they are debating whether they should bring something back that they thought was put to an end. Okay? Can we get more on this for Gemini, please? More on this Two of Wands in reverse for Gemini. There was, okay, so for some of you, and that's why I saw with this Empress in reverse, for some of you, we're dealing with an actual third party situation. With the karmic, there was like some sort of desire to move towards a third party situation. And somebody did that. And so as a result of somebody doing that, I feel like whoever it is that did that is feeling some sort of regret. And it could be you, Gemini. It could be somebody else. But I am getting that there has been some sort of I'm not even just seeing this as combativeness. I'm seeing this as competition, especially now that all these cards have come out. And I even said there was something to do with infidelity here, with regard to coming to some sort of agreement on something here. So we've got the Ace of Cups in reverse here for Gemini. Why is the Ace of Cups in reverse for Gemini? We got the Star in reverse. So there's, what I've got here is that whoever it is, there's a connection here. Whoever it is that moved in this new direction and feels like they took a wrong turn, realizes that this new connection is completely hopeless. Like, this feels like a hopeless connection. There's been some sort of withdrawal now from this other connection of love. Whatever this is causing somebody a lot of hostility too. So whatever happily ever after somebody thought they had moved on to turned out to be not what they were expecting. So what I'm getting here is that somebody followed some sort of lustful path here, thinking that it was where they needed to go. That's what I was getting here. I'm getting that somebody thought that there was going to be a possibility to develop a real commitment with another. They were involved in a connection, may have moved on really quickly to something else, is what I'm getting here. And they thought that this other connection was going to be their ultimate, and it turned out to be a flop. Okay, and it's actually, what I'm seeing is hopelessness. I'm seeing there's no happily ever after. I'm seeing that there's a lot of hostility here. And what I'm getting here is that somebody, whoever this is that is in this energy, is now having to be introspective about the decisions that they have made and really consider their truth on romance here. Can we get more on this Ace of Cups in reverse? More on the Ace of Cups in reverse. There's some they see, that's exactly what I was seeing. Somebody's actually, whoever it is that did this, actually learned a lesson of some sort. I walked away from somebody else, is what I'm seeing, in order to pursue something that didn't work out. And it was rooted in some sort of, and there's a lot of drama. There's drama. Okay, so we're seeing a lot of drama here. And like I said, there's hostility, there's hopelessness, and it just feels like you're just hustling. This card here, the hamster wheel card, it reminds me of just being in this state of survival. That is even one of the adjectives on there, which is if you're in survival, you're not getting to your spiritual blessings, because the pinnacle of Maslow's hierarchy of needs is self-actualization, and survival is at the very bottom of the pyramid. So it's whatever it is that this person got themselves involved in. This could be you, Gemini. There is now an understanding as to how doing this in your life brings about a certain level of drama in your life. Can we get more on the Seven of Pentacles in the focus? Something to do with somebody, it looks like it could be you, Gemini. You're actually potentially really processing this. If not, this is somebody who was in your energy who did this to you. we've got the Page of Swords in reverse, which is in what we do not see. So there's some sort of potential misinformation here that so what I'm seeing here is that there's, even though this is in the unknown position, what Spirit is trying to say is that there's some sort of misinformation that you are still processing here. There's something that you may still even be confused about. It may have something to do with trying to eliminate a third party situation and try to mend somebody else's broken heart. And if this isn't you, this is somebody who you've been connected to, who walked away from you and moved in a new direction. And potentially this person, whoever this is processing this situation, but they are still in this energy of having some sort of misinformation as to what it is that they may need to do in order to alleviate this third wheel, this third party. So what I'm getting here is that whoever this energy belongs to is attached right now to a situation where it's almost like they don't want to move right now because there's some sort of avoidance of drama and of potentially getting blocked is what I'm getting here. So I'm seeing that there's been some sort of avoidance of this. And I'm also seeing that there is this energy of even like this, I'm getting there's like an indulgence of material that this person is experiencing right now. So I don't know if this is being experienced by somebody who they moved on towards. The person who they moved towards is really materially indulgent, and it's almost like they cannot keep up with that. This person may be materially indulgent, and that's why they are still in this energy of really not on the right track as far as information goes. It looks like there's some sort of misinformation here, but it does look like somebody is trying to process their way out of trying to figure out how to alleviate or mend some sort of broken heart here. Can we get more on this Seven of Pentacles, please? We've got meeting. So somebody is planning on potentially meeting with that energy that they walked away from. So this could be you, this could be somebody who walked away from you. Because there's going to be something to do with showing proof about something. So maybe somebody accused somebody of something. That's where the misinformation is. That's exactly it. Somebody believes that there's some sort of misinformation. Somebody's trying to process something about a situation, and there's something about it that they may have heard through gossip. This could be you. This could be somebody in your energy. Whatever it is, they've been misinformed in a way. And so somebody wants to come together and reunite and talk about the proof that they feel like they have to prove something. They may even feel like they need to prove something about not being involved in a third party. Somebody might just believe there had been a third party and there wasn't, okay? And then we've got unconditional love. So whoever this is, the two of you have unconditional love for each other. Even though you've been through a really rough patch is what it looks like. It looks like the two of you do have unconditional love for each other. And that is why there is potentially going to be an opportunity to work something out. And that's probably why the pretending card is here, is that there's something that needs to be rectified, that is not rooted in fact here. So why is the Page of Swords in reverse? What is this misinformation? And out jumps the King of Pentacles in reverse. And the Ten of Swords in reverse. So, okay, so there's definitely been a separation here. Okay. So what I'm getting here is that there has been a decision that was made that caused a separation that resulted in somebody feeling like they want to potentially, after detaching from somebody, potentially returning to them in order to alleviate damage from some sort of betrayal. So what I'm getting here, though, because I'm clarifying the Page of Swords in reverse, which is the card of misinformation. What I'm being told by Spirit is that this misinformation has something to do with a betrayal. There's somebody here who believes that there's been a betrayal here. And I don't know that all of the information that this person has, whether this is you or somebody you're connected to, is completely rooted in fact, okay? So somebody, and it may have also something to do with somebody potentially not being commitment material. The King of Pentacles in reverse is somebody who's not commitment material. But I am getting that whatever this is going to bring one party a lot of comfort. Because I feel like somebody here has realized that there wasn't, whatever decision was made to move forward was not made with a lot of foresight here, is what I'm seeing. So there could have been some sort of rebound situation as well, and maybe that's part of the misinformation, is maybe somebody thought that there was something going on in a connection that wasn't really going on until after the connection had ended. I'm just giving different scenarios as to what could possibly be the situation here, because there is something that is unknown to you, and it looks like it's rooted in some sort of misinformation. So I'm thinking that for a lot of you Geminis, it is you who has been misinformed, okay? Like you're trying to process something and you don't have all the information, or the information that you do have about it is not rooted in fact at all. All right, so there's something to do with some sort of forbidden love here, tragedy, forbidden love, even though the two of you love each other unconditionally. Or maybe somebody feels like they moved on towards a connection that should have been forbidden. And there was some sort of gamble that had taken place. There was some sort of risk here. All right. So now we've got this King of Cups in reverse. I feel like I see some withdrawal in energy here. Why is the King of Cups in reverse? We've got we have the Six of Swords in the upright. So somebody in the future is moving on. They're going to withdraw their energy, their emotions, and it does look like they're moving on to calmer waters. I am getting, somebody's sacrificing something or surrendering to something. There's something that is what I'm getting here is that there's something that is unknown that's being brought to light. Potentially to you, Gemini, because I'm feeling like there's something that you may not, there's some sort of misinformation here. I am getting, though, that there is something to do, this could have something to do with a romance and juggling two different energies. So what I am getting is that what's going on, whatever it is that you're going to learn the truth about, I'm getting that it could be bad news for some of you, and you just may decide to kind of just move on to calmer waters, because it does look like whatever this is going to bring about some sort of problems for you. Like I'm just getting that there's some sort of combativeness that may be arising as a result of this. Can we get more on this King of Cups in reverse? This could be happening today, even though it's showing up in the future. There is some sort of, somebody took a gamble. And I feel like somebody did take a gamble and they lost. Somebody maybe, so this is what I'm getting here, is that for some people, there's going to be some sort of bad news that is learned by one party over the other. I don't know which one is who. Somebody did something where the other doesn't, there's been some sort of misinformation. It looks like there's going to be some sort of understanding After there has been some deception here as to what actually went on, this is going to cause some sort of emotion, okay? And it has something to do with infidelity. And it looks like somebody is going to withdraw their energy completely and move on to calmer waters, is what I'm getting here. All right, so the advice here for Gemini, we've got the Six of Wands. There's something to do with something happening victoriously and successfully, maybe something to do with public recognition. We've got the Page of Pentacles jumps out in the upright, and the Two of Cups in reverse. There is something, and we've got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Here's what I've got, okay, Gemini, is that for some of you, this connection that we're talking about here, this is bad news. Okay, this is something that is not, there's no reciprocation here. We've got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. We've got the Two of Cups in reverse. There's no reciprocation here. Okay, one person is giving more to the connection than another is. And what I'm getting here is that it would be in your best interest to just move in a new direction completely, because there's some sort of skill potentially that you may need to develop. And for some of you, it may actually be rooted in confidence and self-esteem. It does look like there is some sort of calling, though. There is going to be a resurrection. There's going to be some sort of calling that you need to follow that requires you to potentially collaborate or work something out with somebody here. But it doesn't look like it's going to, I mean, I'm just getting here that there's something to do with there being a lack of reciprocity here. Can we get more on this Six of Wands, please? There's something about retaliation. This comes out more than once. Somebody wants to get revenge. Somebody might be trying to get some sort of public revenge. I'm just going to say, we see drama queen. I see the Six of Wands. This is public. Now I'm seeing retaliation. There may be some sort of lesson to be learned here, and it may have something to do. This is whoever the divine masculine is. So Gemini, if you're the masculine energy, this could be you. And if you're not the masculine energy, this could be something that whoever you're connected to is involved, is trying to, and now we've got the divine feminine. So one of these two energies is trying to retaliate, possibly publicly, against the other. The external influence is the Nine of Cups in reverse. So there's something about this not being something that fulfills you or brings you happiness. Can we get more on the Nine of Cups in reverse? You could be dealing with a Pisces. One more. There's something that isn't good for you is coming back into your life. And there's something about having the courage to face something. Oh yeah, there's definitely something coming in that you're not expecting. And it may have something to do with some sort of retaliation, and it's going to help you to level up in a way. This is something that happens for us, not to us, right? Whatever this is rooted in some sort of temptation, by the way. This may come to you in a way that is going to look like it's something that's good. Just be aware of the fact that the devil always shows up as something you really want. But it always often ends up in this tower. So just be careful. This is showing up as a foolish decision. But you will be having a conversation with this energy. And it does look like somebody wants to resurrect something here. Can we get more on this energy, please, Spirit? Just a second. I just dropped this card. Okay. Can we get more on the Nine of Cups in reverse for Gemini, please? Escapade, vacation, adventure. So what this tells me when I see escapade for this is that whatever this is, is, even if you decide to bring this back, it's not going to end. It's not going to be something you want. You may already know this, and it's going to be short-lived. And this is something that may have been really oppressive to you, okay? With this grip, there's been some, you may already know this based on your intuitive guidance, by the way, is what I'm getting here. Somebody may be having dreams about somebody else as well. I'm just going to put that out there. The hopes and fears, we've got the moon in reverse. Something, okay, there's some sort of, like I said, there's something that's unknown that's going to become known. And it has something to do with some sort of misinformation here, okay? The moon in reverse. And what I'm getting here is that you've got a situation where somebody feels, I'm going to just say, one party feels scorned by another, and they may be coming back in with the intention to do harm with a very fake persona in order to achieve that. I'm just going to say, there's something that you're going to, this is what Spirit's saying. The hope, Gemini, is that whatever it is that does come to light, you just surrender to it. You might just have to surrender to it, and it has something to do with your separation with this person. It's just surrender to separating. It'll allow you to drop a grudge, okay, and end a cycle successfully. You'll get to end this cycle successfully, knowing that you have already learned the lesson that you need to learn. Okay, because if you get involved in this situation right now, is what I'm seeing is that there's a very high potential that you're going to be going through a world of hurt, okay? Like, hopefully you get the clarity that you feel like you need to have in order to not make a foolish decision, is what I am seeing here. All right, can we get a little bit more on this, Spirit? A little bit more on this energy for Gemini. Focused. There's somebody who is watching you right now, who's focused, hyper-focused on being in your life again. And it's because they're crushed right now. And I feel like for some people, like I said, we saw that retaliation card. For some people, they're focused on something to do with something that you're doing online, okay? So you may be doing things online, or you may just have a social media account that somebody's watching, but that is what's showing up here, so I can't ignore it. All right. And the outcome, we've got the Four of Wands in reverse. This ends up being a broken reunion, okay? Can we get more on this Four of Wands in reverse? Okay, so there's something... Somebody wants proof while they're in this meeting. There's going to be some sort of, I'm getting that somebody is trying to figure something out, and it has something to do with misinformation. This misinformation is going to come to light for somebody. There's going to be some sort of withdrawal of emotional energy here. And it does look like this ends in potentially just not, there's no reunion here. I feel like somebody's going to potentially drop their defenses. I do feel though that if you or somebody else feels a very strong attachment to the other here, and we did see divine masculine and divine feminine, so I can see how this is going to feel like a very, very strong attachment. What I'm getting here is that it is a trap. I'm getting that there's some sort of trap that's being set here. You are going to be made an offer from the devil. That's just what Spirit just said. You are going to be made an offer by somebody who is going to make an appearance, like make it look like they're in something for the good, but I'm not getting that it is good. And I'm also getting that you're dealing with an energy that is extremely insecure. Extremely insecure. There's an energy that's extremely insecure and may be a chronic attention seeker, by the way. So whether this is you or somebody in your energy, it looks like it's somebody who's trying to do you some harm here. Okay, Gemini, can we get... this might be something you were wishing for. That's probably why you're getting this message. it is a twin flame connection. I didn't want to use the word yet. I said divine feminine, divine masculine, but there's the twin flames card. It keeps you trapped. You may have been having dreams about each other. You two are very, very connected to each other. I am getting here that somebody is very feeling scorned here. And there is a possibility that when something comes to light about something, somebody's going to want to retaliate, and it may be done in a very public way. So what we see here, this reading is pertaining to the Five of Wands, and it is supported by the Ten of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups in reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune. So this is destined. Something's coming in. There's going to be probably some talk about something to do with conflict, competition. There may have been some infidelity here. I'm getting that there has been some sort of fall from grace or some sort of idealization that had taken place with regard to how somebody saw somebody else, and that has kind of changed now. It's shifted. But it does look like there is... there's a potential, I feel like, if you make the right decision, that you're moving towards your stability and your success. So, all right, Gemini, that is your reading for the week of April 6th to the 12th, 2025. Thank you so much for being here still, if you're still at the end of this video. Thank you for all your likes, your shares, your subscribes, and until I read you again, take care and bless.